the whip of council to make sure that there's no disruption in the.
into Oracle H.
Without even putting it out there for vendors to tender on the thing, it just blows my mind. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Cavender, your hand was up.
Yes, Speaker. I must apologize. I think that on item 1 point,
We're on page 8.1.3.
yeah, Councillor
Okay.
Mia is not speaking on that.
Okay, you
item.
can sort that with my team. Councillor Kuzwayo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me just allay or dispel this notion because it would be wrong for this council seated here to hear that there was no public tender issued with regards to this system. That is not factual. But I'd maybe forgive the councillor because I can safely say he's still new to this council. However, the other important thing that needs to be noted is that if you read the entire report, you then know that the reason why this particular system was chosen was to comply with M-score. There are many systems out there, but you have to find one that is M-score compliant because here we are talking about a municipality and we don't really have choices of just taking anything that we want. But I want to also assure councillors that during this transition period, when the systems have been shut down so that we can calibrate the new system, the unit or the directorate will be ensuring that all the files that have already been prepared and advertised will then be pushed and processed. So, kuzolekelela kumkhandlu ukuthi onke ama-post ebe advertised before umhla 1 December akwazi ukuthi anyakazi beqashwa abantu ngoba siyayisicomplain ukuthi masithi siyafika kuma department sola ukuthi abantu bayashota. So ithuba elihlekele lokuthi i-directorate yonke ithatha ifocus yayo ifake ekuthenini abantu bekwazi ukuthi beqasheke ngokukhulu ukushesha. I-system ke mayisibuya ke ngo-February iyobe ke se-advertiswa ke ama-post amasha. So ilokho nje kanti ke futhi ke njengoba sibhalele lapha kulayini okugcina ukuthi vele nge-festive season akujwayelekile ukuthi kube khona ama-post asuke ezo-advertiswa ngenxa yokuthi abantu abaningi basuke bethatha ama-leave, so vele basuke bengezoba khona abantu basuke bekwenza umsebenzi wokuthi kuqasheke abantu. So i-disruption izoba very very minimal. So ningesabi cishe ngathi maqabane kodwa ke sizama ukuthi silekelele la umkhandlu ukuthi uperforme kangcono ngapha ngasekuqasheni kwabantu. Siyabonga si-ANC siyayinotha i-report siyayisupport.
Yeah, thank you very much, councillors. The recommendations noted.
Noted.
Right, thank you. Before I invite the Deputy Mayor to present the second report, but I want to remind you, because I'm aware that your party whips have informed you that in terms of our program today, we want to conclude everything by 2 o'clock, latest 2:30. Now, I hope that you have been reported by your party whips. I expect that we all cooperate so that we deal with everything in our agenda, but by 2:30 latest, we would have concluded everything in our agenda. Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. May you please present the second report of the Executive Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to present the second Executive Committee report. I thank you.
Thank you. Acting City Manager, may you please present the report.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The second report of the Executive Committee of its meeting held on the 25th of the 11th, 2025. Item 1, report of the Community Services meeting held on the 20th of the 11th, 2025. Item 1.1, arts and living cultures granting aid process and funding thereof. Committee recommends.
Okay. There's something wrong with my speakers list here. We are on item 11. We're on page 11. Page 11.
Yes, 11, item 1.1.
Item 1.1. Okay. No, it was a confusion on my side. My list is correct. Few speakers is Councillor Gwala, IFP, Freedom Front Plus, Councillor Fanterest, ACC, Councillor Said, ANC, Councillor Mgati.
Speaker,
Councillor Gwala?
Speaker.
Yes.
This is where in the previous matter you mentioned Councillor Mia.
Right.
That is where the mistake has come in. Councillor Mia
Yes, yes.
is on this item 1.1 on page 11, not on the one that you previously called.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, no, it's fine. We will accommodate him. Councillor Gwala?
Asibonge Somlomo sibingelele endlini. Le item ke SIFP siyayisupport. Siyafisa kodwa ukuveza ukuthi mina sike sayibona asifisa ama item kanje mhlambe kube ukuthi afaka uhulumeni ezimpini ezikhona outside. Siyafisa ukuthi ibe ne transparent I criteria yokwenza lelo khuzana ibe well monitored ngendlela yesithunzi sika government. Siyafisa ke futhi ukuthi yonke indlela yokuyenza nokuyipromoter or yokuyimarketa ibe nayo I transparency ne accountability. But as IFP siyayisupport. So
Thank you very much, Councillor Gwala. Councillor May will be the next.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Democratic Alliance rises today to express our profound concern regarding the ambiguous, poorly defined recommendations before this Council relating to the arts and living cultures granting aid process. Speaker, let me be clear. The Democratic Alliance fully supports the development of arts, culture and heritage in EThekwini. We recognize these sectors as engines of creativity, social cohesion, and economic opportunity. However, support must be based on transparency, fairness, and accountability, principles that guide every policy position of the Democratic Alliance. The recommendations before us unfortunately fall short of these principles. The process described is vague. It does not sufficiently outline how organizations will be assessed, how compliance will be monitored, or how the 10 million allocation will be distributed to ensure meaningful impact. Instead, we are presented with a framework that lacks measurable criteria, clear timelines, and proper safeguards. As a result, it risks in creating uncertainty for various organizations this program is meant to empower. While we acknowledge the constitutional and development role of the city, we cannot ignore the fact that 10 million is insufficient to meet the needs of all eligible organizations. Yet the recommendation does not address how prioritization will occur, nor does it guarantee the smaller community-based organizations, often the most vulnerable, will not be excluded. Speaker, the Democratic Alliance is committed to clean governance, responsible spending, and the empowerment of civil society. We cannot, in good conscience, support the recommendations that lack the transparency, accountability, and clarity required to ensure fair and effective outcomes. For these reasons, the Democratic Alliance will abstain from the vote on this item. This abstention is not an objection to the development of arts and culture, nor to the organization seeking support. It is instead a principled stance one rooted in DA values and the responsibility we carry as custodians of the public resources. We urge this council and the executive to strengthen this framework, provide clarity and ensure that the process adheres to the highest standards of good governance. Only then can we truly honor our commitment to residents of EThekwini Municipality and the creative communities who depend on a fair and transparent system. I thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Panterist.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm covered and I concur with the previous speaker.
Okay, Councillor Said, ACC.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, our concern with this is, firstly, we give this out annually, and I see this year that it's increased quite substantially, though. The concern we have, Speaker, is that we see this as more a December festive giveaway instead of it actually fulfilling the mandate of the city. Currently, we have homeless and vagrancy across our city. There are no organizations that are being supported by the city to cover those aspects. We also have safety and security, which is a major issue in the city, and there are NPOs and NGOs across the city that tend to those things, and the city does not look at them. Speaker, I'm saying that this is imperative. We need to respect our culture. We need to support it, but we also now need to start looking at other organizations that support us in our time of need, fulfilling the mandates of the city. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Councillor Ngati.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Siyabonga kakhulu. As African National Congress, we fully support the item phambi kwethu. Kodwa ke our fellow comrades or our councillors, some of them they don't understand what is sikhuluma ngani when we are talking about this granting aid. So there are other granting aids akwamanye department la sikhuluma about arts and living culture, and it's quite surprising, Honorable Speaker, ukuthi Democratic Alliance is asking for transparency, because all over the years we've been assisting orchestra corner la eThekwini, just because the person who was benefiting Giona is not black, so there was no problem. But manje, because we are opening it to everyone, especially those who were disadvantaged, now there is a problem. They need the transparency. Umsebenzi wethu ke thina as councillors, we are not going to interfere on the work of our officials. We do trust our officials to ukuthi whatever that they're going to do bazokwenza ngendlela proper, futhi abantu abazofbenefita abantu aba correct. And the only thing that I agree with him on is that imali ekhona njengamanje incane, and we will request more money in future. Kodwa thina as African National Congress siyavumelana ngokuthi abantu abamnyama ababheka amakhono basizakale. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, councillors. The recommendations are on page 12. 1.1.1 is for noting, 1.1.2 is for noting, 1.1.3 is for approval. Is recommendation 1.1 noted? 1.1.2 noted? 1.1.3 agreed?
No.
Right. It means on 1.1.3 there are objections. Let me have the screen, please, for proper records. No movement, doors are closed. We are now
It's only DA.
voting. Oh, it's only DA, right? Let me start with those who are in support of the item. Please clearly raise your boards. Then my team will count quickly.
Only DA, they want the service delivery to go to
to our people.
Ukube wo symphonic njena nani ave niphasisa we DA. Makwama orchestra ave niphasisa DA. Nawe kuzwa ngithemba.
Who's the blank voter?
Kuzwa ngithembile. Ngisho umaskando fuma uvotela ikhuzwayo kodwa ngikubona khona zonke insuku. Bacasulwe
Yeah, thank you very much. You can lower your hands. Those who are voting against, please raise your paws. Those who are voting against, please raise your hands.
Ukuzwayo.
Okay,
Kuzwayo.
none. Those who abstain,
Sifune orchestra thina.
Ukuzwayo uvota kabili speaker.
yeah, siyabonga ngahlisa izandla. Now, those who are in support of the recommendation 1.1.3, the number is 124. Those who are against, the number is 0. Those who abstain, the number is 46. The recommendations will be carried through. Thank you very much, City Manager. Next item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Item 2, the report of the Economic Development and Planning Committee from its meeting held on the 20th of the 11th, 2025. Item 2.1, request for approval for public participation EThekwini Municipal Planning and Land Use Management Amendment Bylaw. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Makaye. Are the recommendations agreed?
Agree.
Next item.
Item 2.2, application of Section 46 of the EThekwini Municipality Planning and Land Use Management Bylaw 2026, Municipal Notice 114 of 2017 for the amendment of the EThekwini Municipal Land Use Scheme, North Sub-Scheme, Section 7, Part A, the amendment of the approved precinct plan for Special Zone 17, Conubia, Industrial and Business Estate under the Density Control Notes, subsection 1 or section 1, which reads as follows. The special zone will have a maximum total bulk of 460,000 square meters. It is proposed that this note is amended as follows. The special zone will have a maximum total bulk of 510,000 square meters. Part B, the amendment of the EThekwini Municipality North Sub-Scheme, Special Zone 17, additional control, Conubia Industrial Estate, additional control number 3. The total overall floor area across the zone is 460 square meters and will be distributed across all urban in accordance with the precinct plan or plans. To the total overall floor area across the zone is 510 square meters and will be distributed across all urban in accordance with the precinct plan or plans in Earth 28 Conubia, situated at Longifolia Road. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. One speaker, Councillor Ngumalo. ANC. Okay. Are the recommendations agreed?
If he repeats the whole thing, we'll agree.
But if we differ, next item, Ndosi.
Item 2.3, the application for the amendment of the EThekwini Planning Land Use Management Scheme, Second Amendment Bylaw of 2021, Municipal Notice 95 of 2021, for the amendment of the EThekwini Municipal Land Use Scheme, Central Sub-Scheme Section 7, Development Facilitation Table, Special Zone 10, Gravel, by the amendment of the Additional Control 1, Subsection A, to include portion 51 of F 1368 Durban to be used for business. Committee recommends.
Yeah, thank you. Page 18, item 2.3, two speakers. DA, Councillor Smith, ANC, Councillor Luthuli. Councillor Smith.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. I'm happy to note that earlier one of my colleagues mentioned that we do what's in the best interests of the communities we serve. So today I rise not merely to inform this chamber, but issue a clear and urgent call for accountability. What is happening at the proposed address, 16 Lillian Ngoyi Road, is unacceptable, but it is avoidable, and it is the result of municipal failures that can no longer be ignored. Speaker, businesses are welcome in our city, but not at the expense of the very communities they operate within. The residents of Greyville are not asking for special treatment. They are asking for basic respect. They are asking for safety. They are also asking for the municipality to do its job and do it well, not let them down. Yet what we have received instead is congestion, noise, disorder, and complete disregard for their well-being. Let us be clear. This council, and specifically the municipality as a whole, approved business operations already in a confined and unsuitable section of road without verifying the impact on a major arterial route. This is a failure in planning. It's a failure in oversight. And it's a failure in responsible of the departments whose responsibility it is to oversee this. The traffic congestion along Lillian and Ngoyi has become untenable. Delivery vehicles obstruct lanes, patrons block driveways, and the road effectively collapses under the pressure of excessive commercial activity. This is an arterial route. It has been compromised because of due diligence was not exercised properly prior to this item being put together. Noise disruptions continue late into the night, making rest impossible for residents who simply want peace in their own homes. Loud music, shouting, and disorders spill onto the street virtually every evening. This is not compatible with residential life. Parking violations have escalated into a daily crisis. Cars are parked on grass islands, double parked along the road, and even parked in turning circles, as well as the servitudes, blocking people's driveways. And because of this, ongoing Metro Police resources have to be continually be dispatched to this point in order to try and resolve, but they don't always come, leaving the residents again with a short end of the stick. Unfortunately, the reckless misuse of law enforcement and the limited aspect of law enforcement has not been able to attend to this. Residents did everything they were supposed to. They reported issues. They contacted municipal departments. They raised alarms about the repeated bylaw violations, the illegal parking and blocked driveways, the drinking in the road, in the public realm, noise and public disturbances, and even in the last couple of months prior to this, people have been assaulted, and it's resulted in one murder. The Speaker, these are not vague complaints. These are documented, ongoing, escalating problems, and yet operations continue without consequence. And now we want to add another one? I stand here with a petition signed by the community who it affects. 31 people so far have objected to this, have objecting to this matter being brought here. They are asking this council to deal with the item before we put this matter there, before we add another business in an already congested community. They're already blocking public parks. Last weekend I had complaints about the same issue in a public meeting, about the same node where we want to put this business in. How do we want to say, no, we don't care about the community? Let me say this plainly. Town planning has failed this community. It has failed to conduct the necessary impact assessments. And in this report we've got, ETA itself is not in support of it. And yet it's made its way to council. They have failed to consider the capacity of the location. It has failed to safeguard the rights of the residents. These approvals should never have been granted under these conditions, and they should not be approved now. Speaker, this council cannot continue to rubber stamp developments that disregard the surrounding community. There must be congruency. And we cannot continue deploying Metro Police to the same hotspot in a city that has many ongoing factors. It's a constant drain, but we want to add another one there. We must demand better, not only from our businesses, but from the units that fall under this municipality, from our own planning departments, to stop these type of things from happening, because the community is demanding it. The residents of Greyville have waited long enough. They deserve better. They deserve safety. They deserve a municipality that protects them and not exposes them to chaos. I urge this council to act decisively, because failure to intervene here sends a dangerous message that communities are secondary, that planning is optional, and that non-compliant businesses can operate with impunity. Honourable Speaker, I ask that
Point of order. Point of order, Councillor Fakazi.
No, Chair, the speaker on that side, he's saying he got a petition of 31 people. Now I just want to check how many people that is that in that community. I just family yakhe.
Sesekusini nje. Ake sibambe nje la ndesiqale ngayo. Councillor Smith, proceed, apologies.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you for that. If anybody was querying that it's Greyville, it's a very mixed community. If you knew the ward and if you knew the people, you would understand it's a very mixed community that's being affected. And unfortunately...
Councillor Smith.
Yes, Speaker.
Yeah. Councillor Fakazi raised an issue with me. I never made any ruling, I just cautioned him. But I don't expect you to respond to what he was saying, because what he has said is not on record in council. You were still debating the item. May I appeal that you continue with the debate? Thank you.
Speaker, I'll reiterate, because all the residents of Greyville, residents of Greyville have waited long enough. They deserve order. They deserve safety. They deserve a municipality that protects them. They deserve better. We will not be supporting.
Thank you. Councillor Luthuli. Councillor Luthuli, ANC.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. The main purpose of this application is to amend the additional control of the special zone 10 in Greyville in respect of the subject site, and to reduce the parking requirement in order to regularize an existing restaurant food, fast food outlet. And the proposal is supported because of the land use that is being regularized via the application as socio-economic spin-off, and as it has concomitant employment. The properties flagging in the Liangoi Road are predominantly used for non-resident purposes, and therefore the land that is used in question, it fits for seamless within its land use fabric. The scale of the establishment in question is relatively small, and therefore not anticipated to have any adverse impact on the residential component of the land use fabric. The proposed accord with the strategic intention of the city, as it does not contradict the spatial intention of the prior urban core extension plan of 2012. As a necessary permit, its permit from an architectural perspective have been obtained. And I wish to state this to this meeting. It's not true what is raised by Councillor. We all know that when there is a process of rezoning the area, residents have got an option to come and reject the application if there is any application that has been made. If that application or if the answers that are given by the officials are not sufficient enough, it's then taken to the appeals committee, where executive committee sit and then deliberate on the matter. In my knowledge, in my understanding from where I'm sitting, ngiqala namhlanje ukubona ukuthi ikhona i-appeal elethwe umuntu orongi engabe i-appeal ihambile yayiswa to the relevant people, which is the executive committee, that become an appeal committee in the first week of the month. And I must say that as the ANC, we do know that sometimes makhona abantu abazosizakala, particularly in abazotholakala bengafani nabanye abantu. They will find themselves being suffocated. Thina we are here to transform economy and to make it a point abantu abamnyama and other people do allow to do their business everywhere as they live in this city. Thank you very much. The ANC support the item.
Then I'll give the residents your number so you can address them.
Councillor Smith, yeah, please behave. As I've said to Councillor Mdleche, it's still early in the day. Yeah, it's still early, Councillor Smith, to have that conduct. Right? It's the last day of council meeting. I don't want to be harsh on you. I will continue to appeal that you conduct yourself orderly. The recommendations are on page 20. Yes, they're on page 20. Are the recommendations agreed?
No.
Abstain.
Okay. DA abstain.
Speaker front also abstain.
DA is against.
Okay, right. Let me have the screen, please. Let's close the door. The EFF councillor, we can't go out now. We are voting. Yeah.
EFF is still a bit unclear what we're doing.
I'm sure we'll be quick. We are now settled. Those who are in support, raise your support. The team will quickly record your numbers. As voting right now, la Kambuli.
I support the committee now and then. How? I support the committee now and then.
Thank you. Those who are voting against? Those who are voting against, please clearly raise your support.
31 mixed community.
Thank you very much. Those who abstain? Those who abstain?
Akabatshenanga umncango.
Right, those who are in support of the recommendation, the number is 118. Those who are against, the number is 45. Those who abstain, the number is 5. The recommendations will be carried through with the majority votes. Thank you. City Manager, next item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Item 2.4, application in terms of the EThekwini Municipality Planning and Land Use Management Second Amendment Bylaw 2021, Municipal Notice 95 of 2021, for the amendment of the EThekwini Land Use Scheme Central Sub-Scheme Section 7, Development Facilitation Tables, Special Zone 8, Marble Ray, Shopping by amendment of the additional Control B, to allow for a student residence. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Makai. There is a reference back proposal from the DA, Councillor Peterson, on item 2.4, page 22. The item be referred to the ECOT committee. I request a reference back based on the following. There need to be a further community participation in a form of a community meeting and or civic engagement. There is currently a petition, even though it is private, is a private land, against the rezoning proposal. Councillor Peterson is proposing the reference back, seconded by Councillor Mkhize. I've tried to read as it has been recorded, but I'm not sure whether Councillor Peterson, I represented you well, or you will prefer that you summarize your proposal, because indeed it is in compliance with our rules. Can you please summarize what I've read so that it's clearly explained to council members?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Would you like my motivation, Speaker, or just?
Yes, that's why I'm saying summarize, yeah,
Okay.
briefly.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like to request this item be referred back to committee. The reason for this request is based on several considerations. While the item may have followed correct administrative processes, not all necessary boxes have been ticked, especially regarding the matters raised by the affected community. Speaker, when it comes to student accommodation, we are aware that from previous experiences in our city, that challenges often arise within the entity, within communities. It is therefore important that we fully engage with the entire dynamics of the community where the proposed student accommodation is intended.
Councillor Peterson.
Yes, Speaker.
You are not debating the item. I requested you, because I've already read your proposed reference back. I said summarize if I've not captured it fully or correctly, so that I don't misrepresent you before council votes. This matter have to be decided by council first before I allow council to debate on the item. Hence I've said you must summarize the reason why you want us to approve the reference back, not to debate the item. If you are covered, it's fine. You can subject the matter to a vote before we debate it. Councillors, this is a proposal to refer this item back to ECOT. I've read it. Is the reference back supported?
No. No.
Okay. Let me have the screen. I'm getting messages from whips of parties. They're saying, Speaker, remember time. Now, the problem I have, a voting process take much of our time. And I can't just dictate on how to move forward, but I'm aware parties that we have agreed as a committee to conclude their business at 2:30. I hope parties will also cooperate. Now, councillors, those who are supporting the proposal to refer back this item, please raise your hands.
DA Pen. Ngiyamkhumbula manje.
Kick him out.
Thank you, Ngahli Zala.
MK.
Those who are voting against the reference back.
Kick out the EFF, kick out.
Who's the God?
Thank you. I covered.
Speaker, please note the vote there.
Thank you. Those who abstain, you can lower your hands. Those who abstain.
Speaker, please note our vote there, Speaker. Please. Note the vote there. Let's note the vote there, Speaker.
Okay.
Let's note
Order.
our vote
No,
there,
order.
please.
Order.
Let's note it.
Order.
Let's note.
Order. Chairperson.
That's a genuine
Okay.
vote.
Thank you. Order. No need to make noise. My team is saying to me, they have not yet finished to count for those who are voting against. Apologies. Please raise your hands again for proper recording.
All the fella shows. So she can call, select subsidy. Where's our vote now?
Oh, Zamganga.
There's no freedom
Thank
of
you.
expression.
Thank you very much for that. Those who abstain?
Councillor Miyeni.
Thank you very much. You can lower your hands. Those who are in support of the reference pack, 48, against 122, abstain 2. The reference pack have not been supported. Thank you very much. We will now go back to the substantive item. Councillor Peterson, you'll be the first, followed by Councillor Said from ACC, Action SA, Councillor Paskin, Councillor Bosin Love from the ANC will be the last. Councillor Peterson.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It is therefore important that we fully engage with the entire dynamics of the community where this proposed student accommodation is intended. There have been petitions submitted, and to date, residents who feel directly affected by the proposed rezoning have not yet been afforded the proper opportunity to express their concerns through public engagement processes. Speaker, I must also highlight that the director of the property in question was reached out to the ward councillor of the affected ward and expressed willingness to sit down with the local civic structures or even attend a public meeting to hear the concerns of the community. The director has shown a willingness to meet with the community halfway to ensure that they feel comfortable and adequately consulted. The concerns raised are genuine, and it is only fair that the director is given the opportunity to respond directly, engage constructively, and assist in finding common ground. The director has acknowledged that the property is seeking rezoning is situated next to a high-rate paying residential area, and it is essential that both parties find alignment. Therefore, council can take a definitive decision on the matter. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, in the interest of fairness, transparency, and proper participation, I submit that this item would have been referred back to committee to allow final steps of public engagement to take place. Once that has been concluded, the item could have been returned to council for consideration at the next meeting, Speaker. I therefore, as the Democratic Alliance, we do not support this item. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Next speaker, Councillor Said, ACC.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, as ACC, we're going to abstain from this item as we fully agree that students need to be accommodated within the city, especially after the advent of the NASFA system. But Speaker, our main concern is that the city hasn't expanded its thought process into adopting something like the commune policy, which is in other metros currently. And Speaker, as ACC, we will be bringing a motion in the new year for the city's land use management unit to look at bringing to council for the adoption of the commune policy, which speaks directly to student accommodations and hostels. I think the dynamic, especially within residential areas, vary differently in terms of how students participate within that community. And also looking at industrial and commercial areas now being rezoned for student accommodation. With that, Speaker, ACC, we abstain on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Action is A. Yes, Councillor Paxton.
I'm just checking on time, Speaker. Speaker, it's supposed to be 3 minutes. We have 2 additional minutes.
There are no minutes.
From MKP and KC.
No. You can't argue. You don't have minutes. You must speak. Otherwise, you're going to forfeit your right.
Keep it to the point.
The committee, so this item goes to the heart of Council's oversight. Our concern is the wording that makes it sound that a decision has already effectively been made before it reaches Council. We're simply being asked to endorse a conclusion that someone has already reached after dealing with an objector. Council is the ultimate governing body in terms of the Municipal Systems Act. Committees and authorities and officials advise, but Council carries the final responsibility to ensure that objections have been fairly weighed and we balance the rights of investors and communities. Yet in this agenda, we're not shown the actual objection. We do not see who objected, and we only get a short assurance that this was comprehensively answered. We cannot exercise meaningful oversight on this basis. We're asking going forward and at least minimize a summary of the key concerns and how they are.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
Thank you, Speaker.
Councillor Ndlovu Busi, last speaker on this item.
Speaker.
Yes, Councillor Bertha.
Speaker, thank you for recognizing us. When we were doing the IEC's presentation, we noted that the EFF was not taking note because they probably won't win an award. But now we are much further into the conversation. But although you've asked, the conversation just keeps on going, and it's extremely disturbing. It's extremely disturbing. We cannot concentrate.
Councillor Bertha, right? Order, councillors. Right. I don't expect any disruption, any noise, any finger pointing. Please maintain order. Maintain order as we proceed. Councillor Ndlovu.
Thank you, Speaker. First and foremost, Speaker, I want to state that.
Order.
First and foremost, Speaker, I want to state that I reside in Newlands. So that means I do shopping in this shopping complex, the shopping complex in question. So my deliberations will be practical here, will not be theoretical. So I understand the shopping complex in question here. The shopping center is dead. It has got no life. It's dead. So this proposal, this proposed amendment, special zone, I can safely say that it will help a great deal in injecting the economy in this shopping complex, because logically these students will buy in the shopping complex. They will buy in the shopping complex, and there will be a need for more shops in that shopping complex, because currently the mall is dead. And in terms of the public, I want to assure this council, Mr. Honorable Speaker, that the public comments received during the public participation period were all taken into account during the technical evaluation of the application, and the department was comfortable that it is in the public interest for this application to be approved. Honorable Speaker, I want to confirm that as a person who resides in the area, this proposal will be of a great deal assistance to the people who reside in the area. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, thank you, councillors. We are on page 24. Recommendations start from 2.4.1. Are the recommendations agreed?
No.
No. May I have the screen, please? Close the door. No movement. We are voting now. Chebe and the team, are you ready? Manje senizwe imfihlo zelanguage esikhuluma la etafuleni. Yeah, siyabonga ngahle izandla, those who are voting against. Okay, thank you, siyabonga. Those who abstain. PRM, can you please confirm your votes? Babu Nongalo?
Voted for, sir.
You're in support. Thank you very much. Those who are in support of the recommendation, the number is 120. Those who are against, the number is 44. Those who abstain, the number is 4. Sorry. Those who abstain, 4. It means the recommendations will be carried through. Thank you very much, councillors. We'll now move to the next item, City Manager.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The next item is 2.5, application in terms of Section 26, subsection 1, subsection B of the EThekwini Municipal Planning and Land Use Management Second Amendment Bylaw 2021, Notice 91 of 2021, for the amendment of the EThekwini Municipal Land Use Scheme, Central Sub-Scheme, Section 7, Development Facilitation Table, Special Zone 26, Broadway Precinct. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Dosi. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors?
Agree.
Next item, okay.
The next item, item 2.6, approval of